Today, Thursday, the 12th of September 2024, we have some hand-picked match prediction to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to even more games, especially our upcoming top over 1.5 and 2.5 goal match prediction picks based on our top 10 list, top over 7.5 and 8.5 corner kick match prediction event, as well as other prediction type, then of course you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan and start to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video description. You want to make sure to go ahead to click and subscribe as a Level 2 Pro membership plan to start having access to all of these features to take your winning to the next height. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first prediction here, we are looking at Thailand League 1, a match between Port FC against Buriram. For this event, first, I want to share with you the performance recently of the home team. And looking at the performance, you can see they have a good rating and they have been able to score between 2 to 4 and 3 goals, 5 goals per game. As you can see here, they are very offensive and they are very good. The same way as its opponent, on the other hand, they prove to be a very good performance team, especially based on recent events they have had. Looking at the stands or the match played by the home team at home, they have shown to score between 4 to 5 and even 6 goals based on recent events they have had. That of its opponent, on the other hand, as well, proved to be very good. And now, looking at the stands based on the comparison of these two, you're going to see that based on the form table, these two teams have shown to be very good. For Buriram, they have had 5 events, 5 wins, 19 goals scored, and 2 conceded. Its opponent, Port, have also had 5 games, 4 wins, 16 goals scored, and 6 goals conceded. And everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. Since both of these two have shown improved performance in terms of goal scoring and striking power, of course, there are also defensive. Looking at these two opponents, they are coming to meet again each other. And looking at the last head-to-head which these two met, they had a total of 2 goals, that is 1-1. And there were a total of 4 shots on target for both sides. These 4 shots on target on both sides resulted to 1-1, which is 1.5 goal in full time. This time again, these two are coming to meet each other. And since they are still very offensive based on the matches they have shown on recent performance, of course, we still look at the possibility of goals here in full time. And we want to still look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next event, we want to look at Germany in the Oberliga Niederrhein, a match between Heiden against Schöneberg. For this event, the performance of Heiden based on recent events they have had shown that they are very good in terms of goal scoring. For each event, they have tried to score between 3 to 4 goals per each event based on recent matches played. That of its opponent, on the other hand, as well, have proved to show that they can score at least between 1 to 2 and 4 to 5 goals per each event, as you can see, based on recent game played. Looking at the stands of these two, this is the 4th round of this tournament, and looking at the placement of these two on the league table, you're going to see that Schöneberg, out of 3 events played based on form, they have had 2 wins, 10 goals scored, and 3 conceded. Its opponent, on the other hand, has also played 3, 2 scored, 10 goals, that is 10 goals scored, and 4 goals conceded. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. Looking at this particular event, since both of these two have proved to score at least between 2 to 3 goals per each event, the offensive power have proved to be very great. And since they have an average goal score rate of between 2.2 and more for each of these teams, the defense as well, on the other hand, is not very strong. And as a result, since these two teams are good based on offense, we want to look at goals possibility. Now, looking back at the last head-to-head which these two teams met this same year, there were a total of 7 goals that were being scored. And these two teams still show a very high offensive power in terms of goal scoring. And looking at this, they are coming again to meet. And the past head-to-head yielded 7 goals in full time. This time, both of these two, we still want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 or 2.5 goal in full time. Looking at the next pick here, we are looking at Hong Kong in the Premier League, a match between Eastern AA against North District. Looking at the performance of each team based on recent events they have had, they have proved to be a good scoring team. You can see 2, 3, 2, and 5 based on recent events they have had. The opponent, on the other hand, have proved to also try to score a little between 1 to 2 goals per every event, but they do also concede as much. Looking at the performance of the home team based on home, they are very good and a good striking team, as you can see. Its opponent, on the other hand, based on away, proved to concede more goals, as you can see based on this rating. Now, the stands performance of these two based on the placement of these two on the league table, you're going to see that this tournament, of course, is just starting as well, and these two are coming to meet each other. Looking at these two, they have just had one game based on these two, and everything in place. We are looking at two major picks here in full time. Looking at this particular event, both of these two, of course, have proved that they are good at scoring, especially the home team. The offense of the home have proved that they score between 2 to 3 goals per each event, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, proved to concede more. This time, this tournament, since it's just starting and not much game have been played, especially the home team want to impress for this event. And looking at the last head-to-head, which these two teams met this same year, Eastern AA play at the way and they lead by 2-1. The strike on target was higher as compared to that of its opponent. This time it is coming home, and looking at the fact that it have a better offense as compared to that of the away team, want to look at the home team to take the advantage of the weak defense of its opponent. So want to look at the home to lead. But of course, want to look at goals possibility as the most safety pick, which is at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at Malaysia in the Super League, a match between Johor Darul against Penang. Looking at the recent performance of Johor based on recent events they have had, they are very, very offensive and score between 3 to 6 goals per each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, has also proved to score much goals, 2 to 3 goals per each event. And of course, now looking at the performance of Johor at home, they are very offensive, especially when they come at home. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved to also score, but they do concede as much as compared to that of the home. The stand here will tell you that based on the placement of these two on the stand table, I want to share with you its form. Looking at Johor, they are the better here and sitting in the second position. They've had 4 events, 3 wins record, 14 goals scored and 2 conceded. Very offensive and very defensive, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, proved to concede more, and out of 5 events, they have had 2 wins, 8 goals scored and 7 goals conceded. And looking at everything in place, we'll look at 2 to 3 major picks here in full time. Looking at this particular pick, we want to look first at the performance of Johor Darul. Its performance based on recent events they have had have proved that they score much goals, especially when they come at home. Its offense is very strong as compared to that of its opponent, on the other hand. But of course, looking at this particular gameplay, Johor have proved to score much goal per each event, and the average goal score rate is very high. Its opponent, on the other hand, is average, and of course, Johor will want to take that advantage of that not too strong defense of its opponent to see how they lead in full time. So, of course, here we want to look at Johor Darul to lead this game in full time, or the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. Looking at the next event, we are looking at Germany Youth League Cup, that is Bayern under 19 against Ingolstadt U19. First, here the performance of the home team, Bayern under 19, have shown that they are very good based on the recent rating they have had here. 3 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, and 2. They are very, very good in terms of goal scoring performance. Its opponent, on the other hand, has also proved to have the same goal scoring capacity. And now, looking at the performance of Bayern U19 at home, you can see that they are very, very good. That of its opponent, on the other hand, has also proved that they are also good, especially when they play at away. Now, of course, looking at the stands based on these two, you're going to see that these two, of course, especially the form table here, will show that they are good, especially Bayern. Out of 5 events, they have had 5 wins, and you can see that they have scored 16, conceding 7, as compared to Ingolstadt sitting on the second position, which out of 4 events, they have had 3 wins, 8 goals scored, and 5 goals conceded. And everything in place, we want to look at 2 to 3 major pick here in full time. Looking at this particular event, the form will prove that Bayern, which is the home team, have a very great offensive power. And this is true because the recent performance of Bayern, especially recent game they have had, have shown that they score a lot of goals as compared to that of its opponent. The defense also of Bayern proved to be better as compared to that of its opponent. And since the opponent defense is not as strong as compared to that of Bayern, Bayern want to take that upper hand or advantage against that of its opponent with a weaker defense. So want to look at Bayern to take that advantage to lead this game in full time. Since also Bayern have a very high scoring probability in terms of goal scoring due to its high striking rate capacity of shoot on target, want to look at the least goals possibility as well. So we're looking at Bayern to lead, and we also want to look at goals possibility 1.5 goal in full time as well as 2.5 goals in full time. Looking here at the next, we are looking at Australia Cup, a match between Adelaide United against WS Wanderers. The performance of Adelaide have proved to be very good, especially based on recent events they have had. You can see 3-3-2, that is 3-3-3. As you can see, they are very good based on recent events. That of its opponent, on the other hand, have proved to be the same, and the score between 2, 3, and 4 goals per each event. Now, of course, looking at the performance of Adelaide based at home, you can see that they are good 2-4-1, and these events are very far back events, as you can see, based on the date. So just want to look at the recent overall based on performance of the recent game they have had as overall. Recent performances based on recent date have proved that the improved performance is very good. Same way that of its opponent, on the other hand, have also proved to be good. And looking at everything in place, we looked at 2-3 major picks here in full time. Since both of these two have proved to score between 2 to 3 goals per each event, of course, we want to look at goals possibility. But first, I want to look at the last performance they had head-to-head, which they came to me this same year. A total of 3 goals were scored between these two. This time, both of these two, their performance has improved. And looking at goals probability, each of them score between 2 to 3 goals per each event. And since they are coming to meet again, both of the two want to impress. And looking at this high impression rate, it's going to cost more goals here. So want to look at least 1.5 goal in full time, or the possibility of 2 goals over. And these are some of the top events we have to share with you. And to those of you who want to have access to all our handpicked events, especially this upcoming weekend match prediction based on our top 10 over 1.5 and 2.5 goal match prediction event, top corner kicks events, and other criteria which we share to members only, as well as big league events based on Champions League, Premier League, Bundesliga, and big league and other big league events, then of course you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan and start to have access to all of these features and match pick prediction based on our top 10 list and top 15 list on the other event. Then of course you want to make sure that you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro plan, having access to all of this to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video. You can click on it to join and start to have access to benefit from all of these features. Good luck, and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.